Right, so I am getting this bit of stud work finished. We've got one wall over there to finish, and then that is all the metal stud work done. Actually, no, it's not. There's a little bit more to do in the basement, but not a lot. Pretty much done. This will nearly be the last wall. And then we can get them all insulated, and then it's ready for the plasterers. They are going to be here in about a week and a half now. We'll put them off just one more week, just to make sure that everything was done, because I don't want them rocking up and not having lots to get on with. So we basically want to give them this floor and the basement. They can just crack on with that. We can crack on upstairs, getting second fix stuff done. We can also be working outside, because we can soon start on the garden. The back doors are being fitted on Friday, later on this week. So once they're in, we've then got our ground levels for everything outside. So that means that literally all the garden can be then done, which is good. Be happy to get totally out of the mud, because you know how much we love mud. But yeah, there's plenty to crack on with. Right guys, so today is a monumental day. We're starting to get the windows fitted in the back, the doors. So this one down here is going to be two massive sliding doors, and then over that side we're going to have a half and half, so one door opening and then just one pane of glass on that side. So we've got Simon here from SB Installations, and he's going to be smashing this in. Hopefully not smashing this in, because it is glass, big bits of glass that were very, very heavy. So he's going to get this in today, and then it's going to make a massive difference. Obviously it's a huge step forward, but also it just makes a huge difference to the amount of light that's in that room. Just watch him work his magic. Excited. Yeah, that is a pain, isn't it?
You might need to put it down after, mate.
Yeah, it's going. Looks like it's going.
It's in, mate. Look, it's back to the speed. There you go.
See if I can poke it behind. There we go. Wicked. You can see now the actual expanse of this and how much light it lets into this room. It's worlds apart. Obviously we've had that temporary door up at the back, so it's been really dark in here, but now this is like this. There's literally going to be a glazing bar in the middle for the two doors, and that's it. So we're going to let all this natural light in. We've also got the lantern up here as well to go in. Hopefully we'll get on that next week, which will be another big step forward. So we're fully properly watertight and warm as well, which is nice, because the underfloor heating's on, but got a bit of a gap there, letting a bit of breeze in, so it's not actually that warm down here anymore. But once Simon's worked his magic on this and we've got that in, it'll be nice and toasty, and we can start wearing shorts again. Yeah, maybe a couple more weeks until that bit. Right guys, so we're in the garden now, and Ian is going to be making a start on the steps. So as you've probably realised, we've got two separate levels. So this area down here is going to be the main patio area, one of the main patio areas, and then we're going to have some steps which are going to come up to here, and then from this point will be a path that shoots right the way down the bottom of the garden. We've marked out on the wall over here. This is only rough. So basically this level here will be the floor level. This is going to be our ground level. So this is the finished tile here. Then what we've got is our first step is here, coming up to there. We've got 165mm each step going up, and then we're going to basically stagger across. So you're going to have one step there, another step here, a step there, and then a step onto the path. What that enables us to do, because we're under 600mm, it means we don't have to have a handrail on the side, because the last thing we wanted to do is try and put a random handrail in here, because it's just going to make things look a bit clumsy. So this is what we're going to be doing. The steps are going to run out perpendicular to this wall, so everything's nice and straight with the path, and it also maximises the space on this little patio area as well. It's going to be nice. It'll all be porcelain tile, so porcelain tile down here, porcelain tile on the path, and then also porcelain tile on these steps as well. We're going to get some nice bullnose pieces to go on the treads. There's also going to be some LED lights underneath, so it all glows up nicely. possibly on a motion sensor, so as you walk up to it they all light up, but that is to be confirmed, so don't hold me to that one. I need to pop back inside and do a few bits, and Ian is going to smash this out, so you can watch him work his magic.
Yeah, we've got 100mm acoustic insulation. Just putting in, packing it nice and tight in between these joists, ready for the plasterboards to go on.
Right, and guys, so today, sill boards. Basically what we're going to do is finish dressing this in this room, get some patches in up there, and then the plasterers can have this room. We are literally plastering as we speak. This is the last bit to be done on this floor, and then the plasterers have got the whole of the ground floor then to crack on with. We're going to be moving down to the basement tomorrow and upstairs. We're basically everywhere trying to get as much done as we can. Greg the tiler is going to be here tomorrow as well, so the plumbers are upstairs just doing some fine little adjustments to make sure everything's bang on for when he gets here. There's one little bit of plasterboard to put on, and then everything is ready for him. Ian's just collecting all the tiles from Porcelain Loser. We've stored those at our storage facility, and then they're going to be brought over here so we can get those all loaded out ready for Greg tomorrow. Pete is down in the basement carrying on with stud work, door linings, etc. Yeah, that's it, it's all going on. We better crack on. Let's do it.
Right, morning guys. So today I'm machining up door frames. I've just been getting this one sanded and squared up, ready to go into the ensuite toilet that's next door. Next on the agenda, I'm going to be biscuiting and jointing a door frame because we have a very, very wide opening to get it fitted into. And then after that, I'm going to be buttoning up some of my metal upright studs with these angled brackets here just to firm everything up. Today it's going to be a bit of a day of doing little bits and bobs because I've just got loads of little things that I need to finish off. So obviously we've been getting pulled left, right and centre, finishing windows, getting stuff ready for the plasterers upstairs. So I'm going to use this week as a really good opportunity just to get a load of stuff finished.
Just want to show you the quality of some of the timber these days. So this is a standard door lining, and look at that. So on one side it is actually 28mm, and on that side it's about 21mm. So that is not really ideal, is it? Fortunately, I can get over that and I can use it in this instance, but if that was an actual door lining that we were putting in, because unfortunately I'm ripping it down to get around that window, if it was a door lining that would cause us no end of problems. Yeah, fun. That is horrendous. This side it's fine. This side's totally fine. It's just that end. This was obviously made on a Friday afternoon. Magnetic tips are great until you try and get the bit in the end of the screw with one hand. It just doesn't work. So because this window is in a cavity wall, it's made it a lot easier because we can just timber frame it and basically get this as plumb and as square as possible with the frame as we could. So then it's literally just a case of just screwing everything into this. Whereas on the other ones, it's been a bit more of a mission trying to get it, because it's metal framework, it can twist slightly. So obviously this needs to be solid and your margins need to be the same all the way over. So it has been a bit more of a nightmare with those, getting these reveals sorted. But like I say, on these, because we've took a little bit of time to get these right, it means when we come to do this, we can literally just measure it, cut it and screw it straight in. Job is a good one. I have noticed there's a slight little kick on it, so I might need to just pack the front down ever so slightly, just to make sure it's nice and square with this reveal and with the window. But apart from that, it's a breeze compared to the other ones.
Right, so today I'm going to be fitting some of this skirting board whilst John's doing the other room. So before I start, obviously I'm checking the wall for flatness, because when I get my skirting board onto the wall, the last thing I want to be fighting against is little rolls up from the plaster when they've gone up the wall. So I'm just using one of these just to get rid of some of the little snots off the skirting board. And then hopefully when I come to fit it, then do my prep right, it should be a lot easier. So just doing that first. I've rough cut all of them down to size, give or take a couple of mil, just to allow myself a bit of leeway. And then obviously I can just start the room and go from there. So I'm going to carry on with that.
Right guys, so we're on the top floor and we've started the second fix. So you can see Alan has finished all his coving. In here, we've started getting skirting, architrave on. So all the windows are now all framed out. They're looking very snazzy. We've got all the skirting on in here. We've left a couple of pieces off because the architrave around the door is just temporarily on until we get the door swung. Just makes life a lot easier when we're trying to get hinges in on these linings. If we're trying to get our hinges in, it's just easier if this is out of the way. So these are just pinned on in place. So once the door's swung, we can then get these finished. James is just in that room there, getting this one all skirted out. Hi James. Hiya. Hi. So he's in there working away. And we do have a very, very special person on site. Let's go and say hello. You can probably guess from the stuff that's in here who the special person is. We've got Greg, the tiler.
Hello everybody. Hello again.
Hi, hi, hi.
Hi, hi, hi.
First of all, Greg has got a new Instagram account. What is it, Greg?
It is GN Tiling Limited, Ltd. I've changed it.
Make sure you check that out. The link to that will be there and probably in the description as well. So, Greg, how are you finding it in here, mate?
Yeah, all right actually, mate, as usual. Very good prep. Well done, John.
Oh, well, you know, we like to look after you, mate.
Yeah, just some little 6x3s, porcelanosa. Yeah, very good. Obviously prep's all bang on. Shower tray in here, lights all cut out for. Obviously cut all the holes out ready for the shower, etc, etc. So yeah, no, everything's bang on, mate, in here. Floor to be dropped. We did latex in last night. So we've got some 440 square tiles going on the floor in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Underfloor heating. So we've had to latex it just to protect all the cables and stuff. But yeah, this is all sort of ready to rock for tomorrow.
Just doing all the fun bits at the top now,
yeah, I love all that, don't I? It's
yeah.
not even I can reach. So yeah, even I need a hop up for that. But yeah, standard sort of stuff, still using my PLMs, Eclipse, like I always used to use. Obviously back buttering the tiles, S1 adhesives, nothing's changed. Tomorrow they will fly over into the family
Do the main bathroom, yeah.
So again, we've done the same thing last night. We prepped the underfloor heating, done the latex, and it's just drying off at the minute. So tomorrow morning we'll get all that done, get this floor dropped in here, and then start the walls in there as well. And then we'll be back to do the one in the basement.
Basement, yeah.
The shower room in the basement as well. So
Yeah.
we're tackling that when it's ready. But Jonathan's not quite ready for me.
Not quite. The plumbers have only just got the tray in, so
There is that,
yeah.
Yeah, still a bit of first fix going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's all good. All
So,
ready.
mate,
All right,
yes,
mate.
I'll leave you to crack on.
Thank you.
Because I know you're a busy man.
Always, mate.
Yeah.
Make it into a rave and just carry on.
Right, mate.
Lovely
Sam,
to see ya.
And you. So, Greg, I'm going to leave him in there because he is busy and needs to get this done. So tomorrow, he is going to be in here in the main bathroom. We're not going to walk in there. We've got our heat shield up, so the heat is in there just helping us dry the latex floor out. So tomorrow, we'll get a time-lapse set up in here. We'll get a bit more action shots because it's a bit of a bigger room, so you'll be able to get in there and see him working his magic. Right, I've got more skirting to cut. I better crack on. So, we're getting this doorway trimmed out with the architrave, and we have a slight problem. We knew this was going to be happening, so it's not actually a problem, but what we need to do is scribe this bit of architrave in so it fits against the wall. We need our 7mm margin, which is here, which I've marked all the way around. So all I'm going to do is take a few measurements down here. Everything should be the same. We're going to then go downstairs, jump on Pete's table saw, cheers Pete, and then we're going to rip this down to the right size, and then we'll be able to get that on. Then what we can do is cut our 45 degree, get our header cut, work out the angle for that as well, and then it will all fit very nicely. Right, we've got 76 there, 76 there, 76 there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this at 75mm. Just gives us a little bit of extra clearance here, just in case there's any undulation anywhere from where I haven't measured. And then that should just sit straight in there then. So let's go down, get this measured up and get it cut. You're just going to keep following me? Oh, okay, right, let's do that then. Right, so we can see now, that fits in nicely. I'm gonna have to just trim a little bit off the back here for that top bit. Oh no, I'm not. That'll work nicely. I'll just trim a little bit off the back here. I think there's just a little bit of a bulge in the plaster. So I can get that sorted. Mark on here, so where I've got my 7mm margin all the way around, I know that is the intersection point there for my 45 degree, which is gonna go that way. So I can get that cut. Do a little bit of making good here, and then that will slot nicely in, and then we can get our header cut. Take me to you. So what I'm doing is just making this fit nicely in the corner, like that. I'm going to need to do a little bit of caulking down there. This is why I've done it, so I've got a little bit of wiggle room. So I can pull that out now, and then I can now get the overall measurement for my header cut, and then get it all stuck on. So I'll put that mark on there, but what I need to do, it was literally just so I could take an overall measurement of this. So I'm going to cut my 45 on this now, which will be a full 45 degree, but this side, because I've shortened it, it's obviously going to change this. So I'm going to end up with, obviously exaggerated, something like that, and then that. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do a double cut on it. So what I'll do is I'll cut that, and then I'll basically take a measurement from the inside of the mitre to the inside of the mitre, yeah, and then I'll be able to cut my 45, and then basically where it intersects with the wall there, yeah, measure from the outside point to the wall, and then I know I've got my vertical, yeah. Or I could just lie that bit of architrave on the floor and just offer that up to it, and I'd literally see exactly where that goes, where that finishes. that's my header, but what we've done with the leg, if you remember, we've trimmed that down. So what that means, I'll go and grab it and show you. What that means is, when I put this on here, I then need to cut, oh look, I wasn't far off with my other little mark. Let's put this on there so you can see it better. That's going to sit like that, so I now need to nip this little bit off here so that everything works nicely. So I've got two ways of doing this. I can either do exactly what I'm doing now, hold it against it and just mark it, or I could take a measurement from the pencil line that I put on the wall, which is the edge of this leg of the architrave, to the wall, and then cut that off. But it's easier just to literally hold this piece against it and mark it, because you can literally see it. It's just here like this, look. Just easy like that. Hold that up to it. Oh, he says, well easy, yeah, as it slides around everywhere. Oh my God. And then just put a little mark on there like that. That's the one. So now I've just got to do a straight cut up there, and then that should all fit in nicely. There we go. That lines it perfectly with our line there. And then that over this side here, where the intersection point is, you can see my two pencil marks on the lining. You can see at this point lines it with that. So that is bang on where I need it to be. Job's a good one. Right, so like I mentioned in the other room, all we're doing is just temporarily pinning these on for now until we've got the doors swung. So I'm just going to pin this up and leave it, and then that's it, we'll carry on with the skirting.